Hello, 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 everybody. I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. Again, you guys, hello, 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 everybody. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Do me a huge favor. Go in the chat and put where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love to give you a shout out. This is the first time in, I would say, 7 years that I have missed two Tuesdays in a row. Again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure that you're putting in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love to give you a shout out. But for the last 2 weeks, the week before last, my son, my baby, turned 22 years old. So we was out having an amazing time enjoying his birthday. And then the following week, Gil and I was in Vegas enjoying our anniversary. So I decided that, you know what, I practice what I teach, so I needed to spend some time with my son and our family. We went out to dinner and had a great time. He turned 22. It's like, where did the time go? And then Gil and I went to Vegas and just absolutely had a great time and hung out with my brothers, and hopefully you guys that follow me on my social media, you guys seen some of the pictures. We had a great time. I had to get my brothers under control because I am the oldest. I am this only girl, but I am the oldest, and they're downright disrespectful because they're grown. But we just had a great time. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do wife chat. So, again, hi, Gregory from North Carolina. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Auntie Five. How are you doing? Whispers of Crazy Mother. That's really funny. Northern California, it's raining in Southern California, but I hope that you're okay, Whispers, in California, because I know you guys have a lot going on out there. I appreciate you joining me. Again, you guys, thank you so much for supporting me on my YouTube channel. I truly, truly appreciate you guys. And all you guys who are watching on Facebook, thank you so much. And so Gil and I celebrated 36 years, and we just had a really good time. And so I just wanted to say, I missed you guys, but I had a great time just being with my family, laughing, letting my hair down. I haven't worked for 2 weeks, and I'm just loving it. Trust and believe me, it is so um so nice. Auntie Five, you say you same here, you're the oldest and the only girl. Yeah, I'm the only girl. I grew up with a whole bunch of boys, and even though they're grown, they just take me for granted. So I had to get them, under control while I was out in Vegas, because they still need to respect me as their older sister. And so, like I said, we had a blast. When I say we had a blast, we had no agenda, just went and had a really good time. I laughed. And it was, all good things must come to an end, but I work hard so I can play hard. So, again, you guys, I missed you, but I didn't miss you so much that I turned on my laptop while I was gone. So, tonight, chat comes from a husband from New York City. He's been married 18 years with 4 children. And this is his message to me. Dr. Gail, I went to jail trying to take care of my family for 3 years. And my wife has developed a really bad attitude since I've been back home. I've been home for 6 months. She is very bossy. She says not nice things to me. She admitted to having an affair when I was gone. She talks to me down. I did start working again, but I am so resentful because she committed adultery while I was in jail. Please help me get past this, because it's very, very difficult for me knowing that my wife, that I have loved and cherished and went to jail for 18 years, decided to step out of the marriage. Okay. So, let me just tell you this. Again, I did reach out to this young man, or this man, And I did not get no answer because I had some more questions. Now, you guys know I'm pretty much an open book. I had an older brother who passed away. That was in the life of selling drugs. He was one of the biggest drug dealers in the state of Texas, and he was very good at it. And he went in and out of jail and all of these kind of things. And there is ebbs and flows when it comes to living that kind of lifestyle, and making those decisions. And when he was in jail a couple of times, his children's mother committed adultery and all these different kind of things. But I had to tell my brother, listen, you keep living this lifestyle, and I understand why you're doing it, right? You don't want a traditional job, okay, but you can't expect somebody just to sit at home and not develop a life for themselves because you decided that you're going to go to jail. Not saying that this young man wanted to go to jail, but he said taking care of his family, right? And so again, there's a lot of dynamics and a lot of backstory that I don't have. But let me tell you what resentment looks like in a marriage, and let me tell you some of the ways that you can deal with your resentment and continue in your marriage. And it's obvious that he is concerned and he still wants his marriage for him to reach out to me. So that's a good thing. Resentment in marriage looks like obsessive thoughts of hurt and pain, which I can tell that he is. And the biggest thing is not that she's bossy, she talks down to him. The biggest thing is that she found someone else while he was in there. That is the biggest thing. That's what screams the loudest. And he's having a hard time with his wife stepping out of the marriage. And I get that. I don't condone infidelity. But again, there's probably backstories to why she did that. But obviously, he still wants to be married. And obviously, she still wants to be married. I take it because they're still in the household together. So it's, obsessive thoughts about hurts and criticism. It's negative judgments. It's stonewalling, not feeling safe, and finding it difficult to trust somebody. It's fantasizing about what happened, or what's going to happen. All of these things really help you keep resentment going on in the relationship. It's consisting finding fault of the other person. It's always living in fear. It's saying things that you really don't mean out of your mouth because you're coming from a hurt place. And what I have to say to this particular man is that your wife um, had to step up to the plate. And it seems as if you went to jail during the pandemic, right? And you said because you went for 3 years and you just got out. So in that 3 year period, the pandemic was happening. And you also said that you had 4 children. I don't know how old the children are because I did email and ask those questions. But however, when the pandemic hit, even normal people who normally have their stuff together, had to maneuver, reinvent, come up with new ways, think different, act different, move different. I know for myself, I have been an entrepreneur and working for myself for over 15 years, and I had to shift. I had to think different. I had to show up different. And that's the reason why I started this YouTube channel. Even though I've had a YouTube channel since 2014, I hadn't posted anything on it till the pandemic, right? And so you got to think that it was a lot of things going on. Again, I'm not condoning your wife stepping out on you. What I'm trying to get you to see is that she had to do a lot of shifting. She had to do a lot of different things that she normally probably wouldn't have had to do to make things work in the household, to keep the children and to keep herself sane and keep herself moving forward while you were away. Okay. And so when it comes to resentment, yes, do you have a right to be upset? that she stepped out on you. I don't know if it was a physical affair. I don't know if it was an emotional affair because he did not say any of those things. But an affair is an affair, and I understand why he's hurt. But and I understand that his, his thing was he went to jail trying to take care of his family. Okay. But you need to step back from the situation. And I'm sure you're probably badgering her and asking her all the questions about the affair and all those kind of things. The first thing I want you to examine, are you really able and ready to hear the truth? Because a lot of times when you come out of prison or you have been away and an affair has happened, are you really wanting to hear the truth, or you are wanting to get information so you can keep it going and keep hurting yourself and keep victimizing your wife? And I'm sure she has said she's sorry. So that's the first thing I want you to think about if you watch this video. Okay. What I do if I'm in a sexless marriage. Okay, Daryl, I'll deal with the sexless marriage. Um, um, Not right now, but let me finish in doing this and I'll come back to you if that's okay with you. And so I want you to really understand, can you handle the truth? Because sometimes people can't really handle the truth, and you're going to put yourself in a much harder place to come out of if she tells you the truth. The second thing is really, have you sat back and thought about what do you really want out of the relationship now that you know that there's has been infidelity? What do you really want? If she says she's sorry, you're still there. What do you want from your wife to make you feel better? Because you harboring resentment is just playing over and over and over in your head. And it's like putting a band-aid on and pulling it off, putting a band-aid on and pulling it off. When is it going to end for you? Right? What is going to be the period mark for you? And what can she do to help you put a period behind it? I'm not saying that you're going to forget it, but you can forget. And I mean, you can forgive her and put a period behind it and start afresh. The second thing is, what do you desire out of her telling you the whole entire truth? What do you desire? Do you desire to make yourself better, to change your profession or what you're doing that ended you up in jail in the first place? What do you desire out of this situation? Because if you don't define that for yourself, you're going to repeat the habit. She's going to repeat the habit, and you guys are just going to continue to rack up years and more resentment. You have to come to the meeting of the minds and stop hurting yourself. Figure out really what you need from your wife. Allow her to develop that and give that to you, and say either I'm going to stay in it or I'm going to walk away. Because again, when you're harboring resentment, it just doesn't stay that way. You get bursts of anger. You do something that hurt her or yourself. You could put your children in jeopardy. You can end up back in jail. It's so many different ways that you can go with this. And so you're going to have to get in a space where you get clarity and you forgive and move on, or you forgive and say, I'm ending this because I can't handle it. Do I stand for marriage? Absolutely. But if you are just obsessing over the infidelity part, and evidently she's not giving you everything that you need, or you want to hear. And again, the question is, are you prepared to hear it? Yes. Doc, what happens if he feels that he doesn't know how she can help him put a period after? Well, Auntie Five, again, sometimes you don't know, but you can't keep talking and doing the same exact things, because evidently what he has done up until this point, the question he has asked her, all of those different kind of things have not worked for him to reach out to me. But he probably has not defined what he really wants. He probably has asked her, why did you go talk to this guy? She probably said, I'm lonely. or I needed money, or it was just an online affair. I'm just using these words, and that's not good enough for him. Well, what does he have that I don't have? All of these questions that he could be asking, and it just keeps going. And she's gotten to a space where she has nothing left to give or nothing left to talk about. She wants to move forward, and he's still stuck, and is causing a lot of friction in their household. And if they have children in the household, they can feel the tension. They understand that it's something not right. And he said he just went back to work. So I don't know what the period of time, that he was not working, right? But if he was just sitting there all day thinking about this stuff, and when she walked through the door, if she's working or whatever, and it was explosion time, I can't imagine what that environment looks like. And so what I would say to this particular man is really, what do you truly want from your wife and out of the marriage, right? What Map it out. Say, what do I really want? Is an apology enough? Is it, is it me, regaining, control or whatever? Because for 3 years, I'm sure that he said she's became bossy. She's, taking charge, not listening, all of these different kind of things, but she was put in that position. So do you want to regain all of the stuff that you left when you went to jail? What do you really want, right? And also, you need to understand that it's hard if you put somebody in a position where they have to step up to the plate for them to just relinquish, especially if you have not shown that you're changing your behavior. Because in her mind, she's probably like, okay, he's back to doing X, Y, and Z. I don't know if that's true. And he might end up back in jail. So I got to pick up the pieces. So I might as well not even let the pieces go. Is that making sense? And so it's a lot of different dynamics. And hopefully, like I said, this is kind of a hard one because I don't have enough backstory to really help this person. But I just want this person to know that you can recover. You don't have to live in resentment, but you have to understand and be able to articulate your hurt, what the person can do to help you get past your hurt, stand in your truth, allow her to finish and to listen. And if she has given you everything that she can give you, don't expect something else. And walk in forgiveness. If you truly want your marriage to work, walk in forgiveness. Okay. All right. And so, Mr. Daryl, if you're in a sexless marriage, if you go you're on my channel, I have done, I don't know how many teachings on sexless marriages. If you are wanting to change your sexless marriage, you can go to my website, gailcrowder.com, and schedule a free 15-minute consultation with me, you and your wife, and we can figure out how to get you guys out of a sexless marriage if you really want to go to work and do that. If not, I have done, I don't know how many videos on sexless marriages, what causes sexless marriages, but it takes two people to come to the plate and realize why the marriage has become sexless, because no sex is the surface. What is the root cause of that? Is it unforgiveness? Is it health issues? Is it infidelity? It could be so many different things, hormone issues. It could be, financial issues that lead, it could be so many things that leads to sexless marriages. And so until you get to the root cause, you're going to continue to be in that space. Okay. All right. Hi, Diddy Bop. Hi, Hagerstown. Thank you so much for hopping on. Again, you guys, thank you so much for all your support. I love you guys to pieces. Also, I only need 2 more couples to, we're going to start shooting my TV pilot on Dr. Gail on love, sex, and marriage in September. And I need 2 couples in the DMV area, right, to complete. I already got one segment taken care of. I need someone who's willing to be on camera and deal with real communication issues in your marriage. And then I need somebody real that wants to get past infidelity in your marriage and do it on television. So if that's you, please go to drgailtvshow.com and please fill out the form, and I would love to have you. I would really love to have you guys. Again, we're going to get this pilot across the finish line. We already are in negotiation with some major networks, so I am so excited for you guys that are praying for me. Continue to pray for me, because I'm not willing to compromise who I am. I'm not willing to compromise my faith to have a television show. So you guys continue to lift that up. But I am so excited that we are going to production in September. So I'm excited about that. If you guys have a question you want me to answer, please feel free to email me on any of my platforms, DM me on any of my platforms. You can remain anonymous, but like I said, I will always follow up and I will tell you when I will be answering your question live. Do you think you will ever add write-ins kind of like wife chat? Oh, you're talking about on my television show? You're funny you asked me that, Auntie Five. Yes, and I also am going to, we're going to add a component where I actually coach and counsel somebody, um virtually as well, because 99.999% of my practice is actually online, and I have clients all over the world, and I'm so blessed for that. And so that will be a component as well. And yes, I will, there will be a component of how I answer questions on here as well as on television as well. So yes, that will be a component of it. Thank you so much for asking that. Anybody else? Again, you guys, if you need me, you guys know how to find me. I truly appreciate all your support. I'm super excited about this opportunity for television. And again, you guys, thank you so much. And if you need me, you guys know how to find me.